into the action. Mousesports on Nuke. We had a lot of fun with these guys yesterday. We saw some impeccable rounds from Mouse on this map, and now Navi are going to need to put a stop to them. Jumping through the yard are these Ts, and Electronic waiting by Mini. Nice shot. It is traded onto Simple, who will be the first to fall in this entire series. Luckily, still a 4-on-4 as Mousesports get their way down lower. Navi have sent a rotation in the form of Boomich, and he does get the spot, the information, seeing the bomb and falling back safely into B.
Yeah, Boomich trying to buy time, puts a doorway between himself and Mousesports. They actually will start to go into this vent position, trying to get up into the A-bomb site, but Navi, they've still got the majority of their players here. So Mousesports, they've sprung the trap, and they will get shut down. Electronic with 3, Perfecto and Flamey put a kill up on the board as well, and Navi gonna find success there in that pistol round. They don't over-rotate as Mousesports had expected them to. Carrigan lurking late in through the hut, wasn't able to find anything, and ultimately it's just a good shutdown from the Navi side. In with this 4-spy for Mousesports. It's going to be Deegs, a little bit of utility to go behind it. 2, 3 smokes now. The fact that that third smoke gets purchased up, I think this could be an outside play, right? That's the perfect amount to do it, but I'd love for them to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's Mousesports really trying to see where Navi's at coming into round 1, right? Trying to see where their rotations are at, get an idea if they can, you know, throw these smokes outside, show the bomb down lower and get up on A, but Navi not falling for it, and I like that.
Oh, I like that.
More of that, Trace.
More of that. Of course, in this moment, we're going to see more of Boomich. He's already found 1 kill on a Woxic. Now things are going to start to turn around in the favor of Mousesports. Look at that. Robs, Kerrigan, and Frozen all getting kills in this round. That's not going to spell well for Navi.
Oh, the Deegs are doing the dirty, and only 2 players left up on the side of Navi have to do the heavy lifting. Perfecto and Boomich, one of which spotted inside of the hut, hit 50 and having to fall out. It's Mousesports all over the map. Oh, Boomich, good timing, coming up from lower and getting a kill. There's an M4 at his feet as well if he wants to upgrade his weaponry, and he shall. Right now, Mousesports have top and lower. The bomb getting planted on B. Rops is watching the rotation, and he kills Perfecto falling down the vent. That's a great frag for Mousesports. It does, of course, leave Boomich with a chance to get on that defuse sooner rather than later, but Chris J puts him in the dirt, and Mousesports will take a 4-spy round in the second. Already a competitive start. If you did catch the FaZe Mousesports game yesterday, you'll see how frequent these 4-spies were across really all 3 maps of the series, I guess with the exception of Dust 2, but especially on Nuke and Train. So Navi going right back in with a force of their own. They don't want Mousesports to get away with this one easily.
Yeah, so a repeat of that Mousesports FaZe game yesterday in these 4-spy wars early on. Mousesports is just going to slow it right down in this round. They do group up over here towards ramp, and there are a couple of players ready to try and lock this down. Of course, that's going to fall to Electronic and Flamer over here at the ramp room. Flamey, only good for 1. And ramp room secured now for Mouse. They start to pressure hell, but this is where Simple sits with this scout, albeit only briefly. Woxic able to win out the head-to-head there. No match for the AK on the other side, and now the man advantage maintained here for Mousesports. Carrigan just goes blistering into the A-bomb site. Now there is Perfecto in hut, and they didn't know he was here until he just let out a little and now they do know. And so that's him removed. Just Boomich and Electronic left standing in a 2-on-4, and they should have a... Oh, Frozen's missed it. Oh, Frozen, he was on your screen. He was on your screen.
Oh, no.
Boomich is up in heaven. Only good 4-1, however. And Electronic now alone does spot Woxic over in the site. Gets a dink off, but Woxic with 4 kills puts that second round on the board for
I
Mouse.
love that idea by Carrigan, right? Mousesports have a 4-on-4. They're sitting inside the lobby. They're waiting, and Carrigan just runs out A. And the idea there is, okay, either he clears out the A site, gets the kills, or it's empty, in which case Mouse can rotate in. That was, in fact, the case with Perfecto going down the hut. Or Carrigan, he goes in, he spots 3 players there, he dies, and he calls Mouse to go ramp to B, and they just take the lower site. It's a sacrificial play. He's going in as a martyr, but he's getting the information and even the kill onto Perfecto to set up Mousesports for the round. And that's going to be theirs. So no force for Navi as they look for P250s in the 4th. Eco time. Chris J playing the flusher role. He's on the Glock. We talk about it on the USP, slightly less dangerous versus Glock, but or Glock no Kev, but Glock with Kev versus P250s. There's always that danger for Chris, especially with the full belt of utility. But I like the the money saving aspect, being economically responsible.
Yeah, that fiscal responsibility really does catch up to you. But moreover, Kerrigan out here has a peep at some players that are lurking around in this sort of outside area for the CT side. And it was funny, you say, the Flusha. Then again, I look at what just happened in that last map, and, well, as you can tell, Fnatic were really running around, knifing people, cutting people up like sushi type things. It was pretty wild.
They've been doing that all Pro League long. It's kind of hilarious.
It's scary how many knife kills they've been able to get, right? JW is just gross. And
on top of that, he had the R8. He was
and he's R8
with the R8.
That's the thing, right? I've always said that if I ever wanted to make a CS team, I would just want them to do like the most ridiculous stuff and do it well. And the problem is that already exists in Fnatic, right? Like that's literally their bread and butter. And I love it, mate. They're like this little Swedish team that still play to get in the minds of their opponents. And it definitely works, right? Like with the amount that JW gets away with knife kills, you can't tell me it's not working.
Yeah.
But in this round, we'll focus on the game at hand. Stop fanboying over Fnatic for a couple of minutes.
I mean, how much did it work, really? They lost the series.
Yeah,
they did lose.
So
they
that's
definitely did lose.
That's what matters most of all.
Well, we don't talk about that. Now, we got this investment from Navi, but it's not stellar. It's an MP9 and the big chug in play. Flamey's got that, and he's sitting over here towards the ramp room, trying to play it close. Now, we've seen players wield it here at ramp with some pretty good results, so let's see if he's able to replicate that. Maybe not in this round, as it does look like an outside play from Mousesports. They've thrown down this wall of smokes, but they're not looking to use it. And I think Electronic, he's fully blind, ducks into the smoke, and he's dodged death for a moment. Electronic is playing this well. Frozen. There we go. Really takes his time to line that one up, but just to cement the kill.
Yeah, now Mousesports they've got everything. They've got outside, they got main, they got T-spawn, they got CT spawn, but Perfecto's got an MP9. He's putting up kills on this site. Entries coming through for Mousesports. Rops saving the day alongside Woxican. Woxic is still watching for this wrap round. El Chugo coming in clutch for Navi as Flamey takes him down from a range, but he will get dropped. Second player spotted earlier on in the lobby, so Simple's position is known by Mousesports. Flash is good. It's going to buy time. That's going to hold him back, and he doesn't have a kit nor utility to get on this bomb. He needs the kills, and he needs them now. Or not at all. That's the safer play. Get away. Take your gun into the next. The time has already ticked so far low. Mousesports have got a fourth on the T side, whether Navi like it or not. And Simple, a kill and a retreat. That's all you can really ask for in this round. 4-1 lead for Mousesports. Things are looking good, and the economy is booming.
Not to be confused with Boomich, who was very kind in his pre-match interview. I do appreciate that. He had some very sentimental words, some very deep words to say to you all. And if you didn't catch that, perhaps you go ahead and check out the VOD. Made me feel a little warm inside.
Yeah. We could all do with that, Trace, from time to time.
Something about, like, having emotions and feelings and stuff. It's just such a strange phenomenon.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, you're right. What am I thinking?
4-1 lead. The eco for Navi. They've got a bit of money in this one. They've half bought down with some pistols. Perfecto on a UMP. And Boomich getting blown out of the water. Instantly gone at this round. Smoke in the door will buy time. Mousesports looking like they're about to commit out onto the A site. That would have been the right call. There's only Perfecto here, but that door smokers made Mouse hesitate, made them wait. Once it does fade, wouldn't be surprised to see them take this top site. There's very little in form of resistance here for Navi. Perfecto trying to fall off of the boxes, but will that just put him further in the firing line? Players also moving towards ramp. Chris J tries to get that info, but with him dead, Mousesports are out of this one. They're back towards the ramp room. They can try a setup for this heaven flank that we have been seeing a lot. Flamey pushed down lower. He can't hold on to this position. And now Mousesports, do they want to take lower, or do they want to wrap heaven again and go for this annoying top site split that worked so well versus FaZe yesterday? It will be the former option of the two, down to B where Simple lurks.
Oh, Flamey tries to force the issue, and Frozen deals with him. Will they be ready for Simple? Carrigan jiggle peeks it and spots him there. Electronic gets in through the back line. There is Rops waiting for this, and he mops him up nice and quickly. A second man now arriving on this flank, and Simple still alive, although as I say it, he actually gets dropped by Carrigan. So Perfecto's flank not going to find anything. Sadly, just misses the timing there, as Rops has already vacated the ramp room. He's coming back up. He's looking for a challenge. Might find his match in the form of Perfecto, and that is a kill now for him. AK could look to be retrieved, but Mouse are going to do everything in their power to stop that. This is a 5th round on the board for Mousesports. They're going to go 5-1 up, and already Rops looking dominant in this server. I think that sets a good tone for Mousesports heading forward.
He was incredible in Nuke yesterday. He was like 29-5 or something. Maybe not that obscene, but yeah, he really looked comfortable on this map. Mousesports had this really nice trick where they would they'd take this ramp control, they'd leave a player in a lurk, typically Robs, just behind one of those boxes, even here where Frozen sits, and then they would go back to lobby and take the A site with a late lurk coming in through heaven. So I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that. Mousesports have already run it once into this side so far. So let's keep our eyes peeled as Navi sit 5-1 down right now. Not the start they were hoping for. When we did see Rops on this map yesterday, he went 27-8 versus FaZe. Of course, Mousesports did 16 for that game. It was no competition, but Navi are looking to put up a bit more of a beating in this round. AWP is in for Simple. Money is good for Navi, but they can't afford to let Mousesports continue to streak rounds together on this T side. They need to break it now. Carrigan, what's this little smoke? You setting something up there?
Come on, Kerrigan, show us the goods.
What do you got for us?
Give me the loot.
Now, is this going to go behind the thing and block the sight of a player who's sitting up top on the A site? That seems to be the case. Bassi will probably fly through the wall and find that. It's actually, yeah, it's blocked off the position. Good call by Carrigan. The kills are in for Mousesports. They're just taking over the site. Simple still stands, and he stands strong. 2 kills from Simple, finding the headshot onto Carrigan. Frozen, given an opportunity in the clutch, and he has found a lurk kill, giving him the option to run down B.
Yeah, Simple's going to hear him on this rotation. Keep your eye out for Mousesports and these little smokes as well. It seems like they're really playing around with the clipping on these a hell of a lot, and I love to see that. Frozen plugging in these numbers. Simple starts to rush on in. Frozen tries to maneuver, but there's no outmaneuvering Simple. He mops that round up pretty much single-handedly, winning the 1v1 and dealing with both those A-site players. Simple even going to roast the body of Frozen.
Just trying to warm him up a little bit, Harry.
What on earth? Well, first of all, sick plays there from the side of Simple, but yes, if we could load up and see that smoke just to clarify and actually get a look at it for ourselves as to what it blocks off, that would be pretty awesome. You can kind of see it from right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that really does. I probably, you know, eliminate all vision for the person sitting there.
Yeah, we've seen teams like Big come up with a Molotov that lands in that position. You can throw from the lobby. It also clips through the wall and force the player off that position. So yeah, Mousesports use a smoke. Even better. I like the idea. And Navi now left with another rifle round, at least in their favor. Simple wins a clutch with the AWP. And I mean, the money isn't great for Navi, but a round's a round. They get a kill to start things off. Perfecto dropping Rops in the A side of things. And Carrigan does get down lower, but Simple's been waiting here all round long.
Yeah, and if you saw last round, you know he's not something to mess with. Kerrigan just showing an elbow and loses his life.
What?
Insanity. What does that mean for Mousesports? They currently find themselves down by 2 players. A little bit of trouble reboosting in the rafters here.
All right, let's come on, Perfecto.
Boomich is like, nah, my time
puts
now,
Boomich
my
up
time
there.
now,
Boomich is like, bro, you're garbage. And yeah, Chris J knows at this point that something's going on, and they deal with both the players on top of the hut. This cannot be how the round falls apart for Navi, and it just might. Flamey and Simple, the last 2 players left. Simple gets up. Oh, Woxic takes the Glock to him. Flamey with the big chug into the 1v1, and Woxic on the other side. Time working in his favor. Flamey trying to play around the hut, and Woxic repositions, reads it well, locks in the round for Mousesports. And he gets 3 there. We see another head-to-head between Woxic and Simple, and it's Woxic to win it out once again.
Yeah, maybe not the AWP head-to-head we would have liked, but that's certainly exciting. And hey, you say Woxic read it well. Flamey read it well as well, man. He was backing off into the heart. He knew Woxic wanted to get aggressive in that post-plant. Woxic just pushing the perimeter with the AWP. And Flamey, he jiggles, he wiggles, but he does lose his life. Mousesports back on the board. That's unfortunate. That is coming down a lot to the top hut, jumping around by Navi, really wasting too much time there and making audio cues that gave Mousesports an opportunity into the A site. Carrigan dropping Simple to start this one. It's only pistols for Navi. And therefore, you would assume it should be a 7th for Mousesports, but you know how these rounds can sometimes elude. And, oh, Robs, he's waiting for the reload. If he catches the timing, he could come through this smoke. He's been hit, but he's pushed anyway. Flamey actually throws a reload in 3 bullets deep, so no one capitalizing here for Mousesports. That's a great shot for Flamey. He's going to hang around as well. There was only one player. There's no one else out and about in this position, so Flamey's got a chance to get a gun, but Woxic is removing guns from Navi in the yard.
Ooh. Now, Woxic have been holding for this secret push for a long old while, and the moment he looks away, Electronic pushes secret and gets that kill. Onto Frozen. Chris J, a little bit messy with the MAC-10, but it's not really to matter. Electronic left in this 1v3. Close, but there's no kills for close. And in fact, Carrigan even spams back, seeing the tracers coming through that smoke. Mousesports 7-2. And they're really starting to look like a dangerous Nuke team, our Mousesports. Like this is a map where I feel like you can get away with a lot of these like fun smoke clipping ideas that Mousesports are playing around with. For those of you who missed it yesterday, Chris J, we saw him throw a smoke at the hut that lands on like the inside of lobby, right? And it blocks off the hot Molotov that teams throw in to try and deny a fast rush without obscuring the vision up towards the rafters, like you would if you dropped a smoke into that position the usual way.
Yeah, and that came it was made by Regin as well, the coach of Mousesports, as credited by, I think Chris talked to us in the post-game.
Yeah. Innovative stuff. That's usually what keeps the ball moving with teams, but from my experience, when teams stop learning and trying to progress forward, it's really when they start to downfall. It's all a mentality thing, and just how much you want to nerd it up late at night in the server.
Who are you atting on that one then, Trace?
Nobody. But, anyway, back into the game we go. Carrigan, AK, steadfast in the vents.
He's going for a top hit.
Yeah, you would think so.
They keep doing this. Mousesports keep getting lower control to fake out to Navi and then running up the vent to hit the A site, but this time Navi are ready. And I say that, the kills are still coming through. Mousesports are still making it a winnable round despite this being initially a 3-on-5. Carrigan going in, getting overwhelmed in the double heaven play. Woxic knows where they all are, and he's got the chance to hit the shots now in the 1-on-2. Jumping player behind the silos. Woxic moving back in for more. Simple scoped up though. If Woxic peeks this angle, it should be done. And Simple finds the round for Navi. They needed that. Mousesports were really giving it to them on the T side, but Navi find a third somehow.
Yeah, but once again, just 2 players surviving for Navi means that they're still in this pretty deep economic hole. And Mousesports, not in that same boat entirely, right? You see them field a buy into this round, but that's a pretty unconventional one. It's double AWPs, 1 AK on Carrigan, and then 2 Deagles. A buy so groundbreaking that it's broken everything here. And wow, Mousesports, this is just one that you were never meant to do. Now, I can only guess at what's happened, but if I had to guess, Chris J or Woxic, looking like Woxic has taken a bit of a duel over here towards outside. Now, he had Simple to go up against. How do we reckon that one fared? Get your answers at hashtag ESL Pro League. You can let us know how you think this round panned out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it really is kind of a, it's kind of a storybook here. We're going to all kind of fill it in together. Yeah. It's like Ask Ouija over on Reddit, which is how they have one thread and then they say, okay, spell something.
That's on the letters, right? Yeah. Okay.
It's a pretty interesting, wild ride there. But hey, here we go. We're back in the game. Good grief. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, so I guess those outside fights didn't go in favor of Mousesports. Simple with 1 kill and Perfecto with 2 to his name on the auto shotgun.
Mousesports did get a lot of control in this round. You can see by where the kills came through, those X's on the mini-map. There's one by the garage, there's one in the A site. And so Mousesports relying on just 2 men here. Woxic with a missed shot. Going to go back towards Mini, but Navi are not giving anything up. They're so good in these advantageous positions on a map like Nuke to just turtle down and not give Mousesports anything. They got the info, they see the AWP outside, they know what's available for Mousesports, and they can cover all possibilities. Frozen with a Deagle trying to find a gun. He's got the AK off the body of Karrigan. Gonna look to get through midi. Boomich is here though, ready and waiting on the other side. The slow peek, oh, the pre-fire, it's given away Boomich's position. Still the silencer is good. Mousesports don't know exactly where he is, and the grenades are stalling them out. They're just gonna save 10 seconds. They don't want to die after time. Gotta be very careful in this retreat. Flamey gets tagged by Woxic in the AWP, and Mousesports, they're gonna lose it out. 4 rounds to Navi, 4 alive as well. Money certainly being made here for the Navi team. And Mousesports, quite the contrary. 2K a player, they've got to take an eco around these safe guns.
Yeah, Perfecto with 2 shotgun kills. That's going to help him at least stabilize his finances. And there's going to be plenty of money on the side of Navi. We're looking at a U.S. Air Force tactical timeout called to you by Mousesports. And now what could they possibly be molding over? Or molding over, even. We'll let the monk-ass music just kind of play out at this point. I think that's a good sigh of relief for everyone.
Ooh, Mousesports, they're going for it. They fully invested. I understand it, right? With 2 players saving with $0, you want to get your money on the same page, right? You want to all be on 0 so you can build that loss bonus back up together and you can buy together, right? You don't want it to be topsy-turvy. So Mousesports, full investment around these safe guns, but this is more of a desperation play than anything. They don't want to be here, as you know, this isn't a healthy buy. A couple of smokes gives them some options towards the yard, and they will go for it again. Navi should let them down lower, but once they hit that lower position, well, there's surely going to be a player waiting, either Simple with the AWP or Boomich, who is often a rotation down towards lower. Sometimes even on the second AWP, but right now it's in the hand of Flamey. Electronic is going to be the man in that position. Simple watching the cross outside. He's going to get a fight. Oh, ducking below, though. Avoided by Woxic. Not the second time round. Simple hits a shot.
Yeah, and this outside duo of Electronic and Simple is something that's been turning heads on Nuke for a little while, right? Electronic, stellar at playing this secret position.
Yeah.
Whenever you watch him playing it, man, it always feels like he just catches every timing. And that's not just luck or by chance, you know. He's got a very, very good read as to how this outside area plays on out. Simple over here in heaven. This does allow Karrigan to slip by towards outside. In response to all of this, Navi starting to try and pressure into the hut. Boomich does walk to his demise. Perfecto going to try and take up his position for the trade. And Rops is able to snatch that gun away. Now an M4 retrieved, and there's still Karrigan, by the way, who was towards outside earlier on. Now he finds himself sneaking up into heaven, and Navi don't know this. They don't have an idea that a player can be here. Perfecto now alone inside of the A-bomb site, hidden in the hut, gets spammed to death by Rops and Chris J. And now Flamey thinks he's got a safe rotation, looking to hold on to this AWP, but uh-oh, what's this?
Uh-oh.
Oh dear, it's not clean, and Flamey wins it with a USP. That's pretty devastating for Mouse. That AWP is now stuck up in heaven, and they've got no way to get it. They could hut boost. I think that's the only way that they're going to be able to grab it.
Chris is on a route round ramp to go back up top and get it, but he will have to fight Flamey on the way if Flamey goes wide. Actually, not the case. Karrigan had an AWP. He could have stuck with it, but committing with a Deagle, and we've seen some of the whiffs that Karrigan has unfortunately had with that weapon. Thinking back to Dust 2, the elevator position. Or even overpass. Electronic with the save does get away with his gun for now. The bomb won't take him down from this position, but he will have to turtle if he wants to hide. As Mousesports are right below him in the lobby. They also get out with guns. That's a great round for Mousesports. Remember, that was a force buy out of desperation, out of, you know, trying to equal up the money. And with that heaven flank again coming through, Mousesports make the play. They got the read that Perfecto's in the hut as well. Rops with the spam. They don't see anyone on the A site, and they know Perfecto's alive. It's very common to see him get aggressive towards lobby for Navi on this map. Certainly tendencies going to be known by both sides here, and they're playing in the favor of Mousesports. 8-4 on the T side of Nuke. This is typically the hardest side in the game to field rounds, but Mousesports are making it look easy. Of course, Navi can do the same. Simple's taking out a player early on. Electronic waiting outside in the smoke as well, playing a dangerous game. He's going to fall out. Good decision. Simple's already got the advantage. No need for Navi to force fights in the yard. Wait for Mousesports to come to you. They can't plant outside.
Yeah, he was really up close and personal, probably to the point of it being uncomfortable. But he has left that position. That's electronic. He's fallen off, as you've said, Hugo. But what would the response be here from Mousesports? Kerrigan already out of the round. AWP in Woxic's hands. He's going to try to get a peek over the top of red. Shutting down any idea that perhaps there's an op staring back down at him from heaven. Very wary of it.
Yeah, Mousesports are wasting a lot of time. I use the word waste. You know, obviously they don't know they're wasting the time. Navi have no one even looking towards his position. They have no interest. Flamey's playing hell to deny a player getting up into the heaven, climbing the ladder, or even flanking ramp, you know, to be optimistic. But yeah, Mousesports have nothing given to them right now. And I don't know what they're waiting for. 35 seconds. Rops is indoor. Everyone else is just hiding. And I imagine they're going to walk through mini and split that top site. But a man down with no info and Navi ready with 3 on 8. This is going to be a bloodbath.
Oh. But maybe not the expected turn of results. This is where the rest of the gang should be able to pick up the pieces. But my word, there's a lot of pieces everywhere, and they all belong to Navi. Everyone gets dealt with inside of the A bomb site. This was not a round that Mousesports should have been able to pick up. They went into that 4-on-5, and they've still got 4 players left. For the 2 remaining over on the Navi side of things, this just surely is to be a save.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that should never happen, right? Mousesports win every duel coming into A. Navi don't get a single kill. They have the drop. They have the players, the numbers they need. And Mousesports hit some incredible shots. Woxic as well with the AWP. We've seen him even leaning against using the AWP on this map. And I always wonder why with Woxic. He's so good on that gun, and he's proving it right now, getting picks for Mouse to find rounds. And 9 on this T side. They are just building and building.
These are similar scenes to what we saw yesterday in terms of just how powerful and strong this T side is for Mousesports on this map.
Yeah.
Like, these guys, they were in control yesterday on Nuke.
I mean, 16-4. That speaks for itself, Trace.
It does. Over the FaZe clan, which, of course, maybe that's who you're tuned in to see, but they're not going to be playing until the next best of 3. That's potentially a few maps away. At least this one and another one. Astralis FaZe is coming up after this.
Ooh, Rops. He's going for it.
Full send.
Yeah. Was waiting for that.
Sometimes you really just got a full send, man.
Ooh, sneaks down the vent, but to no avail. Boomich is waiting already in position. Navi have had very early rotates on B, even though Mousesports haven't really been inclined to take that site too often. Woxic with the AWP on ramp. But again, what Navi is so good at doing, getting the advantage and peeling off and not giving anything away, not giving that ramp pick to a potential AWP. It's an A rush. They pre-fire the hut roof. It's not there. Perfecto plays close, and he gets a lot done this time. Simple follows up. The bomb is dropped on the site. Mousesports have nothing in this round. Simple does get burnt out by the Molotov, but he's still got the drop on Woxic, who will have to back up and look elsewhere. Everywhere he goes, it is paved with danger. And Navi play around every corner.
Oh, that was the moment where he was going to Molotov down the vent and decides to go for the CT vent molly. That doesn't clear anyone out, but it does at least allow Woxic now a bit more of a stress-free path. I always say that. No, the stress levels have just gone through the roof. He's looking for a player in the bomb site, but Simple's already wrapping round, and Simple lands the shot. A 5th round on the board for Navi, and they'll keep 4 alive. Big round from Perfecto. If you want,
sitting 2-0 right now as Fnatic pick up their first loss today versus OG. That just leaves one of these boys. We'll have to find out. 6th round, or sorry, last round of the half. Navi looking for 6 here on the CT side. Mousesports, again, fielding one of these dodgy buys, but they've made it work in the past. Let's see if they can do it again.
Oh, they wanted to try and pick up the pace, and this smoke has come in at the best time for Navi. However, good times not to follow as all the kills go in the favor of Mousesports. The only man able to put up 1 is Electronic. He deals with Kerrigan over here towards outside, but the A site has fallen and a bomb plant will come in. Flash lined up for Flamey, but and to make matters worse, there was a second flash thrown in that was really meant to be the one that he pushes behind, and he actually blocked it because he was blinded by the first flash. So this round, looking like it might elude Navi. Chris J getting that trade, and Electronic dealt with. Mousesports, they 10-5 this first half. A dominant lead moving into the CT side.
As well as Harry and Hugo. And on top of that, you can get even more involved. Just use hashtag ESLProLeague, hashtag EPL Mailbag. Take it away, Hugo.
into the action. Simple on the P250 is always nice to see for Navi. They arm him well with the raid boss. Karrigan tries to force fights towards lobby, fading back through the smoke and denying the vent drop. The info is there for Mouse, and they don't have to rotate a player lower. That keeps more on this top site, and that seems to be where Navi want to end up. Simple pushing the perimeter down towards those secret stairs. Boomich has great position here, but Woxic is covering it. It's a bit of a mess right now. The bomb's gone down vent. It's gone down from after the smoke, and Mousesports weren't ready for that. Flamey getting a kill, but it's double traded back, and the bomb dropped on the site by Robs. He's been a hero in this map, but Simple with that outside lurk coming in clutch. Is it enough? 2-on-3 for Navi, and the bomb getting planted.
And Simple with a P2. That is a dangerous player to run into, wielding this weapon over here. Navi, they might be a man down, but Simple, I don't know, he kind of feels like he occupies, 4 or 5 men worth of slots on his own. So they start to pressure him. They start to try and get out through the window, and they do make quick work of that man. Now Flamey left in the clutch position, back of the site, and doubles up, but Frozen is able to grab that trade. Kit retrieved, and the defuse comes in. Mousesports gonna find the pistol. They weren't able to do it in the first half, but if you remember, they did win out that second round force buy. So let's see if Navi elect to make that same kind of decision here. They can purchase up, double Krieg into this round. But
yeah, if you look at the way that last round panned out, if that kit's not there, this is going the other way. That's Navi winning the pistol, and then before you know it, we end back up at a tie game. Either way, doesn't matter. All what ifs, could have beens, bygones, all that. Mousesports, 11-5. And in a rarity, we may just see them pick up their map pick here in the Pro League.
Yeah, but, don't assume this is going to be a 2-0 by any means of the word.
Wait, Hugo, did you just assume my map pick?
I'm sorry, Trace. It's not over yet, though. Don't count Navi out at 11-5. They haven't even had a rifle round yet, Trace. I thought you picked them to win the series. Have some faith.
Okay, Boomer. Anyway.
You're like double my age.
Yeah. What year were you born?
2006.
Nice. Yeah, I just went to my first CPL back then, so. That'd be the Cyber Athlete Professional League. Nonetheless, none of that has any bearing on esports anymore. Nice dink onto Chris J. He's on 4 HP. Wild scenes as he drops from heaven. Cojones on this man.
Woxic almost rotates with the flashes in. They're coming towards ramp, and Woxic needs to be careful. Does get that kill. Second man in position, and only to Woxic given the gift of life as Navi back out. Simple moves forward, though, with a kill onto Frozen. It's a low HP player. Chris J is dinked to 4, and he gave his gun over at least, but he's going to get repeat. Flamey is there from the hut to finish off the job, and now it's Karrigan at the back of the site with a bomb dropped. Flash to follow. Woxic is here as well. Karrigan doing all the dirty work on his own, picking up the laundry of Navi and putting it in the washing machine. Trace is spinning around the air. It's going everywhere. It's electronic gone as well. 12 for Mousesports.
International Trace Station, huh? It's pretty good.
Yeah. That's just me abbreviating it. Not me starting a sentence.
All right, you got me there, damn it. Either way, tactical timeout. You know it's brought by the U.S. Air Force. I could tell you again, and I have. Navi, we calling this one, and rightfully so. They're down by a considerable amount of rounds. Upper defense, well, proving to be a little bit much to ask for here.
Yeah, Karrigan stepping up massively, right? It's only eco kills, but Mousesports were in a very precarious position. Karrigan dies, and the round starts to slip out of their hands. So very important that he not only gets 2 kills, but even aggresses, man. Look at the confidence, taking fights and taking rounds. 12 for Mousesports, 4 away from a victory. They 16 forward phase yesterday on this map. Navi have at least beaten that scoreline, but how much further will they go? Will they go any further? That's the question. No T-side rounds yet fielded for Navi, but here's the buy that we've been waiting for. Simple on the orb, and we know what he can do. He's been doing it all game long.
Yeah, he's taking it over here towards outside. He's going to have Frozen to go up against on the other side of things. Chris J running only a deagle in this round. Now, money wasn't great for Mouse, despite winning that previous round. So he's pretty limited. And it's not like, you know, this is a bonus round with a buy on the cards in the next for Mouse. You know, they're going to have no money. Look into the future. If they lose this one, you're going to be relying on saving players to secure buys into the future. These outside smokes go in. Molotov from Frozen was hoping to slow them down, but Electronic just barrels through that Molotov.
Yeah, I love that. You see so many players get scared once they see the molly and back up. Even though that was a good molly from Frozen and didn't go too deep, it covered everything. Electronic just strafed through the smoke. And yeah, of course, the biggest worry is spam damage. You know, a bullet can slow you down and put you in the firing line, but Electronic, you hit the timing and you're going to take minimal damage getting down lower. On top of that, Mousesports might not be ready for the pace. So Electronic in B, but there are 2 rotates in the form of Karrigan and Rops already inside of the site, playing for the site, not playing for the secret, giving Navi the room to maneuver. What will they do with it, though? Do they do what Mousesports did best, which is these late A plays coming up through the vent? It seems that like that's what Navi is setting up for right now. They haven't got position towards B, so you can imagine this will end on the top site unless the bomb comes on ramp. That's where Woxic sits. Fearing the hell position as well. 20 seconds. Electronic trying to fake out this lower site. So this is definitely a top play with that kind of spray, and Mousesports will probably read it. 15 seconds. Tick-tock, Navi.
Yeah, they really have run the clock down to no room for error being allowed. But it doesn't look like there's going to be any. Bomb planted upper, Electronic and Boomich getting 2 kills in this round. And it's just going to be Chris J, Rops, and Woxic left to their own devices. I say that. Chris J immediately exits the round. So a save call is going to come in for Mousesports, and that's going to put 6 up for Navi.
Yeah, that's one of the limitations of this, right? The moment they go into like a 3-on-5 like that, you know, already that's a round you're not looking at as very, very doable, but they were immediately on the save the moment that A site falls.
Well, 12 divided by 2 is 6, and that's basically split right down the middle. So 6 rounds for Navi, 12 for Mousesports.
Okay, we're at halftime then, Trace. We're going to go to a break. We'll be right back with the second half in just a moment. No, yeah, the worry there for Mousesports, right? The reason that falls apart, obviously the kills are great for Navi, but Mousesports, they're playing entrenched in B. They've got 2 players inside of the site, and so as a result, they don't have info on Secret. Combined with the fact that Frozen doesn't know how many players cross behind the outside smoke, in Mousesports' head, they're probably thinking that's a heavier B setup than it is. Electronic tries to fake it. It doesn't really do anything other than keep Mousesports in position, but that's all Navi needed once they got those top site kills. It's forced a pause from Mouse as they try and work out their economy and their game plan moving forward. Chris, playing Deagle in the previous round, has at least given him a little more to work with here, but he still can't afford a full rifle with armor.
Big event matches. Still seems at home, nonetheless. Perfecto, that is.
Perfecto might look at home, but is a house always a home? For Mousesports, maybe not. Molotov fades away, smoke goes in through the squeaky. It's a deep old smoke, and there's a big gap on that.
Yeah, Chris was trying to throw it onto the molly, but the molly just expired right before he threw it. So timing wasn't great, but the shot is.
Yeah, Chris J doubling up with this CZ, and oh my god, he gets a dink onto Boomich. Chris J, the CZ king. He's already done 270 damage in this round with the CZ. And he's looking for even more.
But not hunting. Mousesports don't need to. Again, this is a position where Navi have everything against them. They have got to be the ones making the moves here on the T side. Their own game being used against them. The passive hold from Mousesports giving nothing away. Player in main could come through with a flashbang there. Karrigan, has he spotted? Has he realized? Perfecto's out and about. The spray not connecting. Karrigan low, and Woxic finishes the job that Chris started. Karrigan gets killed, and that's a nice double from Perfecto. Is there any more here for Navi? A 2-on-3. This was a 2-on-5. Frozen's got the bomb still under his control, but the smoke in the main position has cut off his line of sight. Electronic might just go through it, but instead Perfecto picks it up, and Frozen spraying, desperately looking for damage. He doesn't hit. Electronic finished off by his teammate. Perfecto looking for the ace in the 1-on-2.
Oh, and they line up for him. Perfecto delivers when they need him to the most. He answers the call and puts a 7th round on the board for Navi. Perfecto's been looking so sick in this matchup, man.
His clutch stats are incredible, right? Not just 1v1s, but 1vx's as well. I feel like that's part of the reason Navi wanted him in this team. He's always one of the last players to die in the round, especially on a map like Nuke. And coming out with a clutch like that, that's exactly what Navi needed.
But to be fair, Mousesports lining up for him there, that's what Mr. Ross would call a happy accident. It doesn't happen like that all the time. So either way, good on Perfecto to pick up the round and see it through.
Dear, oh dear, that's broken Mousesports. That's how Navi get back into this game, 100%. A doorway has been carved for them. The doorway's been removed in this round. Carrigan walking through it to his death and becoming the murder hole in this one. Navi and a 5-on-3, the pistols getting made quick work of. In the case of Frozen, just a USP. So minimal expectations from Mousesports in this round.
Surely there's not much more that these guys can get away with now. This A site could belong to Navi in the blink of an eye. There's nobody there. Mousesports have everyone grouped up over here in Hell and Heaven. Rops does manage to best Electronic. Now takes up a position in the heavens and is going to drop down into the bomb site. Rops hidden here. I don't know, but he does get dealt with by Boomich. Bomb plant can now come through for Navi, and they'll make quick work of these remaining players. As the trade from Simple, and an 8th round now on the board. Now, can they keep this comeback going? That's the question for Navi. 4 rounds between them and Mousesports, and if they're able to pick this one up, it's that kind of horrible situation for Mouse where they're going to be stuck in this like partial buy eco trap, whereby they've got enough loss bonus to throw, you know, like pistol armor into rounds, but nothing more in the next. And so that is how Navi can very much make this game theirs.
Sometimes all it takes is getting the first on the board, and then the rest will follow. Navi building into this game as they do.
Yeah, Chris J being very annoying through the squeaky door. He's going to send a grenade through. That's going to find some damage on the Flamey and Boomage from the looks of it. Unless I'm crazy, which I might be.
You are, but you were also correct, Trace.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, here we go. Chris J's going to continue his rampage right here from the squeaky door. Has his SMG loaded out. Peaks does get a little scary bit of an incident there. Don't you worry. Kerrigan's here to clean up some of that mess, and he's not alone. Simple's not going to let this go down without a fight. And there you have it. A good trade. Now we find ourselves in a 2v2. Electronic and Perfecto need to get this bomb planted. Plenty of time to do so. It's going to be Frozen and Rops to try to stop this.
Carrigan's so good at getting these clutch kills, man. When all his teammates die and he has to get 2 or 3 kills if they want to even have a chance in the round, he always does it. Coming in with 3, dropping Simple in that messy spray after he fell off the rafters. 2-on-2, bomb picked up with that smoke in main. Mousesports are just waiting here. They don't know where Navi are. They only know there's one player on the site at a bare minimum with that plant coming through. This re-smoke is going to buy even more time for Navi. Mousesports, it's time they can't afford to waste. No kit in this round. There might be one dropped on the body of Carrigan potentially, but other than that, Mousesports are, you know, really desperate in this one. They've got to move. A Molotov from Frozen could force Electronic out, but he's got a crossfire with Perfecto.
Should be enough. I think there's still a good gap. That's going to be part of a blunder if this doesn't go their way. Rob's going to tap the bomb. Perfecto's going to swing from Hut. Electronic as well. But it's going to be Electronic that gets the 2 kills at the end of the day. And we're going to see another round for Navi. Clawing it back, 12-9. They are certainly still in the game. And so are we.
Yeah, that 1v3 ace for Perfecto has really, you know, shown its worth in this game so far. Navi were almost out. They were almost, you know, had what Mousesports did to FaZe done to them. And a couple of crucial T-side rounds on the board, and they've, again, continued to break the economy. The issue that Mousesports are running into, like Harry mentioned, is this partial buy situation. They're buy eco, until they start to pick up rounds. But that could be in the eco. Chris taking down Flamey. Rops is on the ramp, and he's got a deep shot as well, but he can't connect it, moving and shooting. Never the most accurate. It's going to be a flank for Mousesports into the lobby. They're still forcing fights. Chris has got his 2nd kill with the Deagle. Carrigan been spotted. Needs to duck out of this one. Give Navi B. Mousesports have enough players to retake, but maybe it won't get to that because Woxic is shredding them. 2 kills. Perfecto grabs the orb, swaps back out to the Krieg. He needs another 1v3 ace. Is he up for the task?
No pressure, man. Here we go. Nowhere to go. Pretty much ended as soon as we started. It's just frozen with the MAC-10 to take him out of the round. And really, for Mousesports, that one's going to feel good. They saved some Kriegs on the end of it, or at least one. AWP back in the hands of Woxic. And we're off to the races yet again with another U.S. Air Force tactical timeout. Now, Navi, gonna have to go back to the game plan. Hugo, or excuse me, not Hugo. Harry, give me your best coach impression in this moment. If you're the coach of Navi, what are you saying in the locker room?
Well, I'm not going to be like Rush here, where he even tries to, like mimic the accents.
I mean, it's kind of cooler though.
Yeah,
it's way more realistic.
Because he actually nails it. That's the problem. But if I do it, it just sounds terrible. If I'm Navi at this point, I'm reminding them of what they've done to get to this this stage in time, and some of the incredible feats we've seen in these clutch scenarios, right? You know they've got the talent, you know they've got the ability, and I think, maybe we see a bit more of someone like Electronic over towards outside in this round. Mousesports haven't really shown their hand towards this side of the map yet, and Woxic, while he does have that AWP out, that's something to bear in mind. He actually will take it over towards outside in this round. Very mobile, switching things up. It's simple, and Electronic over here outside in this round, and so that looks to be the decision for Navi, and I think that's justifiable. This duo towards outside is I think, one of the things that makes Navi so successful on this map. Electronic is able to skirt by and gets down into secret. Simple, looking to join him with the bomb in tow.
Ooh. The legs, they give away information to Woxic. He won't hit the shot, but he knows at bare minimum someone has crossed down towards B. Don't know if he caught Electronic as well, considering that smoke had, not fully left a gap when Electronic crossed. He also jumped past as well. Frozen spotting down on B with that jump. I like the angle, stealing that. And Mousesports, again, with this double setup in the B bomb site, will this be a commitment for Navi, or do they want to fake it out and go back to this top play? They do have a man above the T roof setting up utility into the A site. Is that all a ruse, though? Are they trying to keep Mousesports in the wrong position? That might be the case with them now walking towards ramp. Look how empty this spot is with a double B setup from Mousesports. They get free real estate. Being very loud about it, though, Mousesports are going to hear this push, but will it distract them from the real play that is Simple and Electronic in the secret?
Pay attention to Robs. He's here in this site as well. Frozen's going to be down there to help the war effort. Takes down Flamey before he goes down to Perfecto. So look at this. Rob's still alive. They don't know he's here. Don't think they've hard cleared this. The bomb does get planted. And he still just now shows face and really does lose his face at the same time. Chris J. Woxic. 1-on-2. Can this AWP find the success on these last two players here for Navi?
I mean, he's committed, dropping out of the vent. Woxic is hungry for this 1v2, but Perfecto is playing with his food, and with this crossfire set up between him and Simple, Woxic, this should be near impossible, and it is. 3 kills for Perfecto and a 10th round on the board for Navi. The outside play gives them some immediate results there.
Yeah, I really like that play. They certainly conditioned Mousesports into that A site. They scared them a lot. Mousesports gave up ramp with the rotate down towards B. Navi throwing in flashes into the top site through the roof. And yeah, Mousesports, they have great positions on B. Frozen gets a first kill down lower, and Rops is there as well, but he gets checked. Didn't see what happened. I assume he peeked wide door and dies to the Krieg of Electronic. That's so unfortunate. Robs just couldn't find an angle, right? The bomb was getting planted behind Silo. Perfecto was in the window. Electronic was decon. There were just no opportunities for Robs unless he were to fight earlier, but not wanting to give his position away, gives the round away. It's Navi on 10. They're making this one happen. They're making it work on the T side. Slow and steady wins the race. After Mousesports find just one single rifle round in the CT side, they get instantly reset.
Navi. Staying in the fight, staying in the game. Mousesports, they can almost smell the doorstep of the house sports.
Make the house a home. And Nuke seems to be their home, but right now it's getting invaded. There's T's all over the place. Perfecto is an absolute beast in this map right now. He's 24-16. Highest in the server. Woxic 21-15. And on the other side of things, while the kill distribution is good for Mousesports, yeah, and similarly for Navi, Boomich is 8 and 17. He's having a real rough one, but he is leading the team, and this T side is starting to find its footing now. Navi winning 5 of the last 6 rounds. And they've got these smokes in the yard as well. Going to push behind them, maybe towards Secret. Electronic has to be careful. He's open to heaven with those wide smokes if he wants to cross down here. And that will be abused by Frozen, who actually pushes through the gap, finding 2 kills. Electronic trades onto the AWP down lower, but Mousesports still have the advantage. Navi have spread the pace up. This has been a very slow T-side from them, but they want to get quick plant and beat Mousesports on these rotations. There's still a man in the lobby trying to sell, or trying to catch these rotations, rather, and Flamey will do so, getting a kill. Another man there, though. He caught, he jumps, he hits his head and gets stuck on the roof. It's Carrigan here to save the day for Mousesports. Boomich at the back of the site. Rough game. This is his time to shine.
And it is. 2-on-1. He did pick up this op inside hall, and now he's going to see what he can do with it to keep this bomb planted. Looks for the shot onto Carrigan, but Carrigan is absolutely on one these past couple of days. He's on fire.
Yeah. Not just in the train yard as well. Doesn't matter what map you put him in. It feels like Carrigan is so comfortable right now in Mousesports. And this team is looking deadly as anything anyway. They're already talking about in interviews how they think they can take on the best, how they can beat Astralis, they can beat Navi. And right now they're holding the victory just about. That kill is everything for Carrigan in the vent. Finding Electronic, leaving Boomich alone, stuck in the back of the site, nowhere to move. Has to just play the reaction shot and misses it with the AWP. Yeah. You can't scope early because you don't know where Mousesports are. You're going to get heard. There was a man in Secret, so he just has to play the quick scope, and yeah, it doesn't connect. Sometimes it be like that. Navi broken against 14. They're forcing the issue. They're trying to stay in this map, but Mousesports might have the answer.
Oh, Rops is aggressing over here towards Ramproom, and with the defensive smoke thrown in, Navi, are they going to be ready for a man to be this deep? This was a big gamble for Rops to even go through, right? Like, that in and of itself is terrifying. The fact that he's gotten so deep, now he looks to reap the rewards with a fast rotation into the back line. Chris J playing around on top of the site. They didn't really know where he was, and it's all gone a bit topsy-turvy, but this is still looking like a 15th round for Mouse. Electronic all alone, and Chris J sends him home. 15-10. 1 round for Mousesports is all that's needed, and there's no money in the Navi camp. They're down to pistols and armor here to try and keep themselves in this first map.
Yeah, they're right there. Taste the finish line. But so can Navi. They have a little bit of resilience in the tank. Now, with the timeout, they're going to be able to capitalize on what it is that they want to do in this moment.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Navi, they've been a team that use these a hell of a lot, right? Like, they love a US Air Force tactical timeout, do the Navi side. And I imagine, you know, Blade having his fair things to say to this team to try and help them out. This is the time where they can try and right their wrongs, and I mean, they've taken them sooner in the game. Makes total sense to take it before what could be your final round if you're not able to turn things around here. Now you're going to take a look at the buy. Boomich is likely going to be the utility man in this round alongside Electronic. They've only got 2 smokes and a handful of flashes. Simple buying up the 3rd. That, to me, suggests we're going to see the outside smokes again from Navi. The fact that they made sure to get that on Simple.
Might be a late commitment going back towards the yard. That is a very common one, throwing nades towards A and then falling back to that late outside control. But Navi don't really have the weaponry nor the utility to play too long of a round here. They're just going to speed it up, try and play this top side. Carrigan's full flash, but he does recover well with 1. However, the round looks like it's already done. Navi's Deagles find every single kill on the doorstep of Mousesports, and oh dear, Woxic just falls out, but they're already on the flank. Electronic ran through that main smoke as it bloomed to get this AK into pole position to stop these saves. Mousesports are going right for it, though. No Ninja diffuses today.
Would be really ballsy if they just tried it again. You know, the same 2, Robson, Woxic.
No kit.
Rob says, look, man, don't flash me. Don't flash it. They do have a kit on Woxic.
Yeah, but you know, how are you going to repeat it if Robs doesn't have the
just
kit?
drop the kit, obviously.
Yeah, press G, guys. Come on.
Well, you guys have lost your minds, but...
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, because there might be some people out there that don't know, you can't drop the kit.
Yeah. I want to know, I probably should have brought this up. you know, maybe 2 weeks ago, because it's been in my head.
2 weeks ago, not like
But I'm going to
last
say
map,
it now. I'd
last
love to have
series.
the command enabled on the Pro League that allows us to see kits dropped on the ground via X-ray. They're highlighted in blue. That was a recent addition by Valve. It's similar to how when you see the bomb on the ground through a wall, it appears in yellow. Valve added a command for kits as well. We haven't got it on.
I don't. It's weird, man, because I thought I would love
Got a
it, but I
problem with
tell
that?
you, I actually do. I think they
For spectators,
yeah,
I
man.
don't understand you.
I
Justify
don't know
yourself
why.
right
Okay,
now, Harry.
Yeah. They just, I don't know. There's something about it. They just stand out too much. Like I don't know the
it
bomb.
is a bit,
Close your
yeah,
eyes.
a bit confusing when you think about the bomb being thrown after you
Yeah,
die.
right. I don't know, man. There's
Nah,
just
they're blue. That's the whole point. They're not highlighted
okay.
in orange. The bomb is in orange. The kits are in blue. If you need me to explain that to you again, then I think you're in the wrong game.
What about if you're colorblind?
Then you can't see it anyway, Trace. It's just a circle. It's just an outline. Doesn't matter.
Just saying. Hugo not getting his way now and throwing a temper tantrum.
I will be storming in production after this game.
yeah. I don't know, man. It just maybe it's just because I hate change.
Yeah.
And that's the real problem.
I mean, I don't mind the idea. I think it's a cool idea. It can't be too distracting. Either way,
This is not the opinions I thought I'd hear
No,
today.
I know.
I'm really surprised.
No, I
that-
don't know why it throws me
No
off
one-
so much, but it just does. And I
It's
wish
not
it
all
didn't.
about you, Harry.
Well,
That's the important thing.
no, it's definitely not. In fact,
It's all about me.
It's it's all about you. And this round is all about Navi. And can they keep themselves in this first map for a little bit longer? If they pick this up, Mousesports have got no cash reserves left in their back pocket. And so as a result, oh my word, there's a lot of smokes going down here. This is the ones that allow you to cross into main. And often we see teams use these as well to try and snipe away at some garage control. And that looks to be the maneuver here for Electronic. It lets you push up close into this little cubby. Frozen seems like he is aware of this being a potential, and he is able to get Boomich. Carrigan, in the meantime, with the big chug, removes another, puts this even further in favor of Mousesports. Electronic dinked up, but not finished off by Chris J. Still alive, still a threat. The bomb, in the meantime, goes down towards the B site on the back of Simple. He gets the bomb planted, but he is, for the most part, alone here. Electronic can come in on a rotation to try and help out, but
yeah, there are some tasks that are just too tall for Mr. Simple. Robs finds Electronic. Here we go. 1 on 4. What's Simple going to do to keep him alive in this game? He's got 18 bullets in his magazine, but it's going to be Woxic that only needs 1 in the AWP. So there you have it. The first map of this series going the way of Mousesports, and that of Navi are going to look to bring it back as we look over to Dust 2, their map pick. But first and foremost, we need to go to a break. So move your muscle.